everyone, welcome to another episode of Rags to Riches. I don't know what number we're on, so I'm not even going to say. This guy here needs absolutely no introduction. I'm not going to bore you with a big introduction of who we got here. It's obviously Samuel Leeds. Look, here he is, Samuel Leeds. Yeah. I'll let him quickly just tell you a little tiny bit about himself, but we're not going to waste too much time on that because we're just going to get straight into it because I'm sure you've watched a million podcasts or watched YouTube videos or know who he is anyway. So you just tell the camera who you are. Just briefly.
Yeah. So I'm a property investor predominantly. I'm also a business owner. And I started with nothing. I failed in school. I sat on a special needs desk. I've got ADHD, dyslexia. Thought I was basically a failure in life, but ended up getting into business. Because at school they don't teach you business. At school they teach you either you're going to go down academic route or you go get a job and be a builder or a carpenter.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that there's a third option. And when I figured that there was a third option and really pushed down the business route, I became quite successful. And that's just snowballed. I've just reinvested my profits, and now I've got a multi-million-pound net worth, a big property portfolio. I own a castle. I own lots of land. Yeah, I own a castle.
Can you call yourself a king?
I am king.
Sick guy.
King of the castle. So I also have an education company as well. We've got a training school for property investors, specifically around property, and living my best life in my dream home with my dream family, 3 kids. And great to be sat down here with people like yourself.
Brilliant. You just basically just described me, but without the multi-million pounds and property and castle.
There we go.
And the dyslexic bit. I've got ADHD though.
Oh, I've got ADHD.
Yeah. I'm just like a nightmare. I'm one of them ones labelled, whatever at school and all that shit. But I've done all right for myself. I do all right. Let's go back. So obviously everybody knows that you're successful. Yeah. Everybody knows that you've smashed life, you do well. Let's go back a little bit where it can be a bit more relatable to people. Yeah. Because there's going to be lots of people watching this podcast who are probably in a bad situation, come from bad circumstances, probably don't actually believe in themselves, or they might be living through YouTube, watching these videos, just hoping one day something's going to happen. It doesn't happen. Did it just happen for you? Or let's go back to... You said you failed, you broke. That's what I'm interested in.
I think the first thing is belief. I think having belief that actually you can be successful. If you don't believe in you, then no one else will believe in you. And for me, what gave me that belief was seeing other people. So I read, when I was at school, my mum gave me a book by Richard Branson. Yeah. Who's a hero of mine now.
How old are you?
I was 15.
How old are you now?
31.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I read this book when I was 15 years old. And when I saw that Richard Branson had the similar kind of academic struggles that I had, and now is a billionaire, I was like, damn!
He's dyslexic, isn't he?
Yeah, he's dyslexic. Yeah. So I think that gave me a bit of belief. Another thing as well is, in life, I think you should do what you're good at. Not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur, right? I've got 3 kids. My eldest, who's only 5, she likes ballet. Yeah. Naturally, she loves ballet. So I'm going to encourage her and push her down stuff that she naturally is good at anyway. Because I think you've got to do what works. And when I was at school and I read Richard Branson's book and all that, and I was doing paper rounds as well at the time, right? Yeah. So I've got this little blue, purple Bradford and Bingley book with my bank balance. And every day I go to the bank and I put a bit of money in. I've sold some shit at school. I put a bit of money in. I've got my paper rounds. And I remember my teacher when I was about 14, 15, again, similar kind of era, looked at my I showed it to her. I said, what do you think of this? Yeah. You know what I mean? And for me it was like, yeah, I failed my exam, but look at this. You know? And I said, what do you think of this? And she looked at it, and I think there's about maybe £2,500 in there at the time. And she was like, that's more money than I've got in my bank. And that kind of gave me a sense of, I am good at something. Yeah. Oh, I've got more money than you.
Did you have encouragement growing up? Were you labelled a bit of a dreamer or?
No, I wasn't a dreamer. Yeah. My parents are entrepreneurial. My dad is an entrepreneur, and he kind of.
What does he do? Property as well, or?
No, he doesn't do property. He was growing up. He was a gardener, so he used to go and cook. But still, he worked for himself. He didn't have a boss. He used to go and work for himself.
Is that why your garden looks beautiful?
Yeah, well, maybe it does look beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So he was a gardener. Then he changed industries and he got into health and nutrition. And he also he's kind of did a lot of stuff. He also used to do market stalls. He used to sell magic tricks, and he was just an entrepreneur. My dad's the kind of guy you can drop him anywhere in the world, and he'll be all right. Yeah. He'll be just fine. Yeah. So I think my dad kind of encouraged me actually to be an entrepreneur. My dad actually forced me to work for him.
Really?
Yeah, so when I left school, he was like, "You're working for me." But I think although I didn't want to do that forever, I think that my dad...
What were you doing, selling stuff or?
I was doing entertainment. I was doing like discos, children's parties, magic shows. I was working on market stalls.
Yeah.
Did it for about 3 months.
Yeah. By the way, Samuel is a funny guy. We were just making coffee in his kitchen. It was hilarious.
I knew you'd bring that up.
He's like, "Where's my cups? Where's my cups?"
I didn't know where anything was, mate. It was the looks on your video.
Sort it out.
It was the looks on your videographer's face when they could see that I didn't know where my own spoons were in my own kitchen.
That's a legendary status. You know what? When I go into my kitchen and I don't know where my shit is, I've made it. I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm pulling a Samuel."
It's a new kitchen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's beautiful, but that's what I mean. That like, so, what are your thoughts on people? I mean, we're here in this beautiful house now.
Yeah.
You just told me you rented it, then you bought it.
Yeah, I bought this house just over a year ago. After renting it for 2 years, I rented it. I fell in love with it, and then the landlord said, "Hey, you got 3 months, and you need to be out."
Yeah.
And I was like gutted because now my kids are starting school, and the house was and I was
So
like,
you settled,
damn.
yeah.
So then I just said to the landlord, "How much?"
Yeah.
He named a price, and I bought it.
Made it happen.
As a property investor, would I say do that? No.
Yeah.
But that's what money can do when you get to the point, and this cost me many millions of pounds, the house to buy.
Yeah.
But like,
I would imagine the area we're in. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's the thing in business. First, you've just got to be putting everything into the business.
Yeah.
In my advice, live like a bit of a pauper. Throw everything into your business. Invest into property.
Yeah.
If you buy a house, this is one of the things I learned from Robert Kiyosaki in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. He said, your home, the house that you live in, is not an asset.
Yeah.
Because if you live in it, the definition of an asset is something that puts money into your pocket every month. Mm-hmm. So if you live in a house, it's actually a liability. Because it ain't putting money in your pocket.
Yeah,
You've got to pay for the new boiler. You've got to pay for maintenance. It's a liability.
Yeah,
so
your roof leaks, you're fucked, aren't you?
Well, yeah, it's not making money. So what he said is, put all your money into stuff that's going to work hard for you, that's going to give you a passive income. Mm-hmm. And then with that income, then use that on dumb stuff. Mm-hmm. Grant Cardone says the same thing. Grant Cardone says, luxuries, if you want to buy luxurious stuff like fancy cars, fancy holidays, whatever, don't work hard, make money, and then use that money to do that fancy stuff. Work hard, make money, put that money into something that's going to be an investment that's going to make you a passive income. Yeah. And then with the passive income, then do the dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And
cool.
this house was a dumb thing, but I did it with the passive income.
Yeah. So how did you make your first bit of money then?
Initially, when I started out in property, it was all about just... it was Monopoly style. Like, I don't know if you played Monopoly, but... Yeah, the idea of Monopoly is to just... Whoever owns the most...
You've got your own game, haven't you?
I have!
On your thing, yeah. Have you got any here?
Yeah, I've got one here.
Don't let me leave without one.
Yeah, listen, the game, Monopoly, is all about buying lots of houses.
Yeah.
So when I started out in property, it was all about just buying houses. Mm-hmm. So I got money on loans. Mm-hmm. I basically wasn't even impressive. I just bought houses, but maxed up to my eyeballs in debt.
So if the mortgage went up, you fucked, basically?
Well, it did go up.
Yeah.
And so did the house prices dropped.
And then what about the rent? Did that cover the mortgage?
Yes.
Just about?
No, because I rented it out room by room. So I made plenty of income.
Oh, okay.
So I was okay.
Yeah.
But what I did was I just borrowed money.
Yeah.
I bought houses on joint ventures. So I'd say, you put the money in, I'll do all the work, we'll split the profits. And I just started building up my portfolio.
Did you do it yourself, or did you get help from parents, or...?
To build up my portfolio.
To start off? When
no one gave me a penny, bro.
Really?
Not a penny.
I suppose when you're starting out and you've not done it before, you've seen as high risk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it wasn't easy. You know? I mean, my first house was a disaster. And then after my first house, the market crashed. Mm-hmm. And everyone was saying, now's a bad time. You know, and I was buying with 100%. Basically, back in the day, before I got into property, like in 2005, 2006, I got into 2007, 2008. If you wanted to buy a house, the bank would just give you 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to buy a house? How much is it? 100 grand? All right, here's 100 grand.
Yeah. People were getting like 1% mortgages, weren't they?
Residential, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was quite at that level.
What's buy-to-let, like 20%, 25, something like that?
You mean, are you talking about the interest or are you talking about the deposit?
Deposit, yeah.
The deposit now is 25%. Back then it was 15%.
Yeah.
Residential, I don't know, because I never bought residential houses.
Yeah.
Because it's a liability.
Yeah.
So if you're buying a house to live in, I don't even pay attention to what the interest is because you ain't going to make any profit. You have to be buying houses as an investment.
Yeah.
So I bought lots of houses, but what I realised is, even when I had a whole bunch of houses, I realised this is not going to get me rich. I need an actual business.
Yeah.
Because even if I own a lot of houses, they might go up in value over time, which is amazing. But I need something that's going to give me... You need fast pound, money in the bank, and you need investments.
Yeah.
And all I was thinking about when I got started in property was investments.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any vehicle to give me any cash.
Yeah.
So that's when I started deal sourcing.
Because most property guys that I know that are rich, they've got like fucking grey beards, they're
Yes.
a bit older. You're 31, you're younger than me.
Yes. But you know why I'm so rich? I'll tell you why I'm so rich in property. Because I know how to invest well in property, but I also know how to make money.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to make money, and then use that money that you've made to invest it.
Yeah.
So I started business.
Is that the training business?
No, that was, in fact, my training business lost money 4 years in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know why it lost money? Because I did it properly.
Yeah.
I did it properly. I built my brand.
Yeah.
I was doing it from a position of heart and mission.
Trying to help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost money 4 years in a row. My business, my first real super successful business was deal sourcing, which is when you find deals, good investments.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to buy them yourself and getting into debt to buy them, you just sell them.
Yeah.
And then you make quick money.
Yeah.
So
someone would just buy that deal off you?
Uh-huh.
You don't need to partner or anything like that?
No, you just get a finder's fee.
So anyone could do that?
I created that business.
Yeah.
That was something that no one was doing. Anyone
Really?
could do that. Yeah, no one was doing that.
Is that because I first...
I was hated for that.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll get on to hate in a bit, but I first knew about you, because obviously I've known Grant for years before he blew up on all the platforms he's on now. He was only on Twitter then. And that's how I knew of you, because I saw you on Grant's thing and you had mentorship off him.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew about you. But then, just not long after, I think lots of people know about you, like loads of people. You're very, very well known. But then I did I'm not going to lie, I did a quick Google, Samuel Leeds, before I came here. And there were other bits of like controversial shit, but you get that with like when you're trying to do well, do you get a lot of people trying to bring you down?
Oh, mate.
Obviously, it doesn't bother you because you're like fucking a G.
I'm a human being as well, and mate, the adversity, like, is something else, bro. Like it starts from within, right? So my first bit of adversity was my church saying to me, like, no, you need to calm down. You're overzealous. You've got enough houses now, and people judging me for wanting to make money.
Yeah.
That hurt bad.
Yeah, that's a bit shit, isn't it?
Mate.
You're supposed to get encouragement.
Mate, horrible. And then friends, what will happen is when you start out in business and you start making a bit of money. No. Before you even start making money, when you first start out and you're like, I'm doing this, like your business, right? You first start, I'm doing this. Everyone will be like, be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. And then most people will get put off at that point. But those that persist through the adversity, then they'll be told, after that person starts getting a bit of success, well, we'll see.
Yeah, they're just waiting for you to fail.
Yeah, then it's, I'd rather just be happy. Money isn't everything.
Yeah.
Then they start judging you for making money. When you're not successful, they can laugh at you and call you a dreamer. And then when you start getting success, then it's, oh, you're greedy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just only interested in money. Well, no, I'm just a successful businessman. Then it's all your friends and family and people, you've changed. You're not like you used to be. You've changed. What do you mean I've changed? Do you mean my circumstances have changed?
Yeah.
Just because, how much hate I got from moving to this?
Changed in what way? Like,
well, for instance, when I moved to this neck of the woods, when I moved out of the shithole.
Started drinking cups of fucking tea like that, or no?
Now, when I moved out of my old area and moved to Buckinghamshire, the amount of hate that I got from people that are like, oh, who do you think you are? Oh, snob now. Or, it's like, no, I just don't want to be surrounded by people that get stabbed.
Yeah.
You got a massive scar still in my head. I got attacked randomly on the street.
Yeah.
Where I live. I don't want my kids to grow up in that environment.
Where was
my
that?
car got stolen or put on fire or trashed 19 times.
Really?
As a kid. Obviously, when I say my car, our family car.
Yeah.
Right? 19 times. Why am I going to stay in that area when I'm a multi-millionaire that doesn't have to? So I thought about moving to your area, which is beautiful, in the But the problem is with is it's beautiful, but it's surrounded by shit.
Beat that shit. I don't want people knowing I live in
Oh, sorry. Right? Why am I gonna stay in an area which is not safe for me and for my kids? So I moved, and then everybody hated me for that.
Yeah.
Right? Then I blow up in the media, and I'll start being on TV and media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I get hated because now it's like everyone loves to see somebody fall.
Yeah.
So now it's like you've got people saying good things about me online and I'm blowing up, and it's like, oh, how can we discredit? The UK as a society doesn't like rich people. If you're in America and you see someone
Do you know
driving,
what that is?
Go on.
So, as I was driving up here, I don't know which politician it was, but on the side of the motorway, if you've come this way from Birmingham, which I'm sure you have, you'll see it. There's a thing and it says 52% of the UK are on benefits. And I was like, fuck, that can't be real. I was like, yo, Google that quick. Google it. If over half of our country are on benefits, then you've got, what's the population of the country? Fuck knows, lots.
I don't know, but those people...
Half of lots are going to hate on you because you've got money.
No, they should not hate on me. They should thank me because they're on benefits, and who's paying their money? Me.
Yeah.
Who's paying for the NHS? Me. Mm-hmm. It's the rich people, the entrepreneurs, because the people think that rich people take money off of the poor people. It's actually the opposite. Mm-hmm. Money moves around. Mm-hmm. So when you have money, when I have money, I'm not hoarding it. And it's not gold that just sits in my house, I just look at it. When you make money by adding value.
Yeah.
But then you then spend money. So I'm spending money. Money's just passing through my hands a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and I pay a lot of taxes, of course. Mm-hmm. So they should be really grateful because it doesn't make sense why people would say, I'm on benefits and you're rich. That's annoying. It's like, yeah, but who's paying for your benefits? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I've had adversity, but I'm not gonna bitch about it because at the end of the day, if you can't take the heat, you've got to get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. And I read something where people were slating you on this forum shit, so you bought the forum.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a gangster move. That is.
That's very true.
Yeah.
They won't just slate me; they'll be racist.
Oh, really? What
yeah.
do you mean?
My wife is black,
yeah.
African, and a lot of my students, you know, we have a very, you know, mixed crowd, ethnic minority people, all kinds of stuff. And this forum we're talking about, how can we, because it's a landlord forum, and they were hating on me, but they were also saying, how can we stop having Indian tenants? Because they have too much curry.
That was an actual thing on the forum?
Dude, that's the thing. And then there were people who were saying, don't tell them it's because they're from India or Bangladesh, because then you'll be done for discrimination. Just don't give them a reason. And my heart I got so mad, right? Yeah. And I was just like, this is disgusting.
What, this is on a private forum?
Dude, no, a public forum!
What the fuck?
And I thought, imagine if they're saying that public, what are they going to say private?
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn. And then I read more stuff on there, horrible stuff, and racist stuff. The same people that hate me. You know why I think they hate me, really? Because I'm helping so many people become rich. Yeah. Who are people that they don't want rich. They are blacks, they are Asians, they are mixed people, they are people from the wrong demographic, the wrong crowd. Because a lot of these successful property investors are middle-aged, middle-class, white folk. That's cool, no problem. But when they see people, you know, like 19-year-old school dropout.
Yeah.
Being successful, it's like, it just pisses them off. So yeah, I bought 25% of the forum. Yeah. 25% of the business, and then they said, oh, well, you're still not a person of significant control because you only own 25%, and to be a person of significant control, you need more than 25.
How do you let me
finish. You need more than 25% to be more than person of significant control. So I bought another 10%. So now I'm 35%. Now I am person of significant control.
So how did they sell it? How do you go about doing that? Or you just got ways? You got people?
Well... I mean, dude, it's a long story.
Yeah.
But I own 35%.
Sick. That is sick.
But you know, I want to make it better. I think that...
That's like some Bruce Wayne shit. You know, have you seen that Batman one? Where he goes into the restaurant, we'll put some tables together. He's like, oh, you can't do that. And he goes, I own the place. I can put the tables together.
Right, maybe. You know what, though? Here's the thing. There's 65,000 landlords on there from Britain. It's a great platform. It's toxic. It's hateful. It's racist in many ways. The members within the community. And I just thought, if I have influence on it, maybe I can sanitize it, clean it up a little bit. Yeah. And then once it's sanitized and it's cleaned up, then I'll promote the heck out of it. make it a big thriving place for everybody, equal opportunity for everybody.
They got paid to be on it, or how does it make money then? Or
Makes money from sponsors.
oh, advertising.
So all the advertisers, all the sponsors, they all pay for it.
So now you're making money from the hate.
Well, now, the more the platform grows, the richer I get.
Yeah.
And the most popular forums on that, the most popular threads on that forum are about me anyway.
Really?
So it's like, at least let me get paid.
Yeah. That's sick. That's literally turning a negative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Into a massive positive.
Yeah.
So we've gone from, you started out, moved out of the area because it was shit and whatever. You're here now, helping a lot of people. What do you think to these? Because there's a lot of, I googled quickly like property courses. The biggest one that I could find second to you is, what was it called now? Progressive property?
Yeah.
And they have like these big things as well. Yeah. But then I read about them and they actually make more money from selling courses than they do doing property deals, or they put the course money into property deals. Whereas with you, it's the opposite.
Well, listen, Progressive, I would never sit here and talk bad about any other property education company. And I'll tell you why, right? I don't know if that's true about Progressive or not, but I know the guys that set up Progressive and they're good guys. And my attitude is this: when someone comes to me and they say, I'm thinking about going on a Progressive course or this course and it's not me.
Are they expensive compared to yours, or?
I don't know, probably. I don't even know. But I'll just say, do it, great.
Yeah.
Like,
education's education.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I'm teaching people to drive because I genuinely want there to be more drivers on the road because I think it's a good thing, give people freedom, and then someone says, oh, there's another driving instructor, great, do it.
Yeah.
As long as you end up driving, it don't matter if some people might not connect with me very well. Some people might find me, too aggressive or too whatever. Fine, man. Go speak to somebody else. That's cool. So, like, I don't really know about the ins and outs of everybody's business and how big they are and what they charge and all that sort of stuff. What I know is, before I even ran a free course, I was already a millionaire.
Yeah.
Through property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd already...
Is your course free?
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, it's £1.
Yeah.
Admin fee, just to make sure people actually are real people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first time I ran it, my very first program, I was already a millionaire. The reason I ran training courses in the first place, not that I have to defend it because it's a beautiful, noble, rich, wonderful thing to do, but the first time I started running programs was because in my church misunderstood me, misjudged me. I was banged over the head, told to be on the Sunday school when I should have been released to be in the marketplace to actually make money, make a difference. Because I think that when you make money, you can then do things with that money. Money gives you choices. It's a tool. It gives you power or influence. Like last week, a guy came up to me crying and saying his church building was really cold because the boiler was broken. It's going to cost $8,000. They don't have the money. Blah blah. And there and then on the spot, I just went, "I'll pay."
Yeah.
Bang, £8,000 gone.
Don't the church make more money than your courses? Because the hat goes round and tithe at the end.
Well, it depends on the church.
Yeah.
Many churches, the Church of England is extremely rich, but there's also many. There's many good, beautiful, pure churches which help the community, and I sow into those churches and give generously. There's also churches that are full of hypocrisy, and there's different. Wherever there's people involved, there's always corruption.
Yeah. People can be corrupted,
To a point, right? Whether that's government, whether that's Islam, whether that's Christianity, there's always good and bad, and you can do that with anything. But the bottom line is, I was misunderstood in my church, and I feel like a lot of churches, they have the mentality of, if you make a lot of money, it's because you are evil, because money's evil. Whereas actually that's not true. I did a whole dissertation on biblical economics and studied money and what the Bible says about it. I learned to read and write in ancient Hebrew and Greek, which is not bad for a dyslexic guy. Spent 3 years studying,
That's really impressive, that is.
But I came to the conclusion that actually there's no direct correlation between your bank balance and how good you are as a person. And I think for me, the reason I started training in the first place was because I wanted to go back to people within my church, within my community, and say to them, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if you've got a gift for business and you want to be successful. So it was really to release people of the guilt of making money. It was to release them from the subconscious sabotization of because of their stupid spirituality that said they shouldn't do it.
We're told money's the root of all evil.
Yes.
You use it wrong, but
exactly. It's not money. It's the I studied that verse, and it's actually the love of money. But the love of money, if you study it right in the Greek, it's like an obsession and never ending, where you put money above people. That's the problem. So I first started training, rather than to teach people the nitty gritty, it was more to say, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be rich.
Yeah.
Here's how you get rich, but make sure that you do it in this way with these values. And it was for church folk.
Yeah.
And then all these people then started saying, okay, cool, we're ready.
Yeah.
Now can you tell us how? So then I was like, okay, so I started running different programs, and it was non-for-profit.
So you pretty much started your whole training business trying to help people, just
Not non-profit.
kind of.
Called Training Kings.
Really?
That was my first,
And
non-profit.
now you're like, I bet you get loads of people asking you for help. I saw on your Instagram thing it says I respond to every DM.
I do.
And I bet you get lots of people asking you for help.
Probably about 200 a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I respond to everyone.
Does that take a lot of your time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm on the toilet, I'm not on the toilet. I'm responding to people's messages. If I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I'm not waiting for the kettle to boil.
You don't wait for the kettle to boil. You don't even know where your kettle is.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just lifestyle. I'm just constantly, and of course my wife helps sometimes if I'm busy or whatever. And people come up to me and sometimes they think, oh, it can't be you that actually responded to me. They're like, is it automated or something? It's like, no, that was me, man. That was my thumbs. I remember sometimes people come up to me in the street, bro, and they'll be like, hey, I messaged you on Instagram, and I recognise them. I'm like, yeah, I remember, we spoke about, and I literally remember the conversation. Sometimes people stop me in the street and they go, do you remember when I dropped your message on Instagram 6 months ago and told you about it? And I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on. I'm a human being. I don't remember every convo. But no, because I think that a lot of rich people, they become wealthy and then they hide away.
Yeah.
And they become wealthy and then they, become really distant, hard to get hold of, not accessible. And I want to be accessible. I want to be able to, people want to hit me up, want to do business. I can't say yes to everybody.
Yeah. I
get a lot of messages. Can you fund this deal? Can you fund that deal?
Sometimes people wanting to like joint venture with you.
Yeah. Or they'll send me like they'll send me deals and say, can you look at this or can you review this deal? And it's like, no, obviously I can't. I'm one person.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want to at least be accessible to people the best I can, and that's why now I run my property courses, but they're £1 because it's like ain't no one going to be able to say I can't afford £1.
Yeah, of course.
£1. It's not free.
Yeah.
Because I believe that if it's free, then people won't value it.
Yeah.
It's £1 because at least that way you have to put the effort of putting your details in and shit, right? Yeah. But it's £1 because I want everybody to be able to come. Someone came up to me in the streets about a couple of years ago actually, and I got a lot of hate for this as well. But this guy came up to me. I was topping up my car, I was topping diesel up at the petrol station. This guy came up to me and he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "I'm homeless.
Yeah.
Could you give me Could you give me some money?" And he didn't look that homeless. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? He had a mobile phone and stuff, so he didn't look that. But he's homeless. Maybe he's in a rough spot in his life. And I said to him, "I won't give you any money, but come down to my £1 course, bro."
Really?
And in my mind, and he was like, "Where is it? Where is it?" And I said, "Look," because I said, and if you haven't got a credit card, don't worry. Turn up. I wrote it down. I said, "That's the address.
Bring £1.
Bring £1.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I will work with you this is going to change your life." And he was like, "Okay, man, I'll be there, cool." And in my mind, I was thinking, if he comes, I'm not just going to give him a day of training. I'm going to give him mentorship. I'm going to really, but he didn't show up.
Oh, really?
He didn't show up. And I got a lot of hate for that because I filmed it as well.
Oh, you filmed it?
Oh, dude, I filmed it. Yeah, I filmed it. And when he came to my car, I just ad hoc. I was just like, "Hey, what did you say?" I was chatting with him. But it's like, I think that people need to invest a little bit into themselves before other people will invest in them. Even if it's just £1.
Yeah.
It's just something.
Yeah.
Showing up.
Do you get, because I get it loads. So I recently got a business WhatsApp thing. Because on our academy, I allow people to message me. I'll say, send us a DM and I'll call you and speak to you.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people that literally want me to not only give them the answers to their life, but to do it for them as well. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm giving you the information, you've got to do something with it.
Yeah.
Do you kind of get like that feeling like sometimes there's a lot of weight on your shoulders where these people kind of are looking for you for the answers and you kind of feel a little bit responsible for them? Yes,
100%. If people invest significant amount, we do have our mentorships and advanced training goes up to £12,000. If someone drops 12 grand.
But that's fuck all considering how much you can make in property.
Yeah, but still, it's it's enough to seriously sting. And 12 grand, what's the average salary? That's like 6 months free labour, bro.
Yeah, but if I wanted to open a coffee shop, yeah, and I had to go get a building, and I had to get tables and chairs and saucers and a coffee, you don't know how to make coffee, and a coffee machine.
I got my machine though.
It's going to cost me more than 12 grand to do that. How much can I make from running a coffee shop?
Yeah. And that's the key. When people invest in themselves, or if they invest in anything, you've always got to look at the return on investment. So you've got to think, look, if I'm registering for this program, or if I'm buying this deal, or whatever, what is my return going to be? And I personally think that property is one of the best investments on the planet, but I think it's the second best. I think the best is yourself.
Yeah.
I think if you invest in yourself, I think that's the best investment.
Yeah.
Do I feel weight of responsibility? Yes, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Especially if I know it was someone's last pound, or if I know they've gone into their overdraft and they're like, oh my. But we do set clear expectations, so we tell people at every program. If I'm ever talking about my advanced courses, I'll always say, look, this is a process, not a promise.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity, not a guarantee.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put a lot of work in. And we set the expectations. Of course, also show people how brilliant it can be and what can happen, and all the money you can make.
Can I pay with Klarna?
Yes, you can pay with some of our courses. You can pay with Klarna.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure about like the mentorship, but some of our courses you can.
So which it's accessible
means that,
then.
Yeah, and our courses, we've got different. So every property strategy. Let's say you got like HMOs, you've got like lease options, you might have packaging and selling deals. Like if you want to learn about everything there is to know about packaging and selling deals, you know when I told you about how I did it? I created the business. All of the training A to Z is $995.
Yeah.
And there's no additional courses needed on that subject. And that's for the online course, which is 4 weeks. You can pay on Klarna, so you can spread out the payments. So it's accessible, but at the same time, it's a business. I'm not, me being a trainer.
Your time's valuable, right?
Yeah, me being a trainer is my mission, but it's also, it's got to be sustainable. So it is a business. And I think that, I'm proud to say that we have more success students than any other property education school probably in the world, certainly in Europe. I mean, the success stories that we have that are documented is surreal.
Yeah, I see them all the time on Instagram where you're actually with the people, you show the deal that they're doing.
Yeah, and we go out and we look at their deals, and we it's incredible, and I'm very honoured to be in that position. It comes with a lot of hardships, it comes with a lot of responsibility. I don't wish my worst enemy to set up a training company, because I think it's hard, as you know.
It's hard. Do you feel like sometimes you're battling against the media as well?
Yes.
Because you're there spreading positivity, and then every news channel you look at, they're like, cost of living crisis, we're all fucked now. It's like it's all just bullshit, really. Yeah,
I do feel like that. And I also feel like the media are often trying to attack me. The media have attacked me. Sometimes, the thing is with the media is they will say what sells.
Yeah.
And what sells more stories. Oh, wow, this person's helping all these people become financially independent, and look at this. Or some negative story, like they'll just make stuff up, or pretty much like the Guardian did a story talking about like, oh, this guy Samuel Leeds is suing people.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really rich. Yeah. He's really rich, but he's suing people that are not really rich. Isn't it awful? Type story, and it's like, I am suing people. Because there's people that have harassed me and defamed me a few years ago, and yes, some of them now have got criminal records because I press charges, and some of them, that's not me being a bully. If anything, that's me standing up to a bully. That's me not tolerating online hate. But they'll spin it because it's sexy. It's a more sexy story.
Yeah, and do you sometimes come back home because you've got a beautiful house, beautiful family, beautiful kids, and think, fuck, like these people are attacking you, but do they not realise that they're also could cause harm to your family? Does that not really make you think, fuck's sake?
Well, my wife got direct messages, abusive direct messages.
Really?
And we pressed charges, and the dude now has got a criminal record, and he had to do 180 hours community service, which he's doing right now. While we're enjoying this coffee and podcast, he's out in the cold doing community service.
So get bitch.
But at the end of the day, people can be really cruel, and a lot of people, sometimes people will message me on Instagram. Here's a funny thing as well, because I get like a couple hundred messages a day on Instagram, and usually I always say, for every hater you've helped 100. So in 1 in 100 messages will be someone just saying, you're a dick. You're literally 1 in 100. You can go through them. 99 will be, hey man, I love your stuff. Just wanted to say thanks, or you changed my life, or I just bought this deal because of you, or I've got this question, or whatever. And then I'll be reading through it, and I'll be like, oh, thanks, oh, you're awesome, cool, let's meet, here's a link, whatever. And then I'll get one. you're a jerk. You know, you're a greedy asshole or something like that. And I'll usually respond to it still, because I do respond to everybody. Normally I'll just say something like, really sorry, you seem to be having a bad day. Love heart. And it's crazy the amount of times they'll respond back, like the next day, and they'll say, you were right, I was having a really bad day, nothing about you, I'm actually a fan, the much stuff he is, I've just been made redundant, my wife just left me. So I think when you are receiving hate, it's different when it's from the media, because they're just trying to clickbait you and trying to sell stories, but from individuals, usually when individuals or trolls online are hating you, it's normally because they're not in a great place, and I think that, listen, if they dedicate their life, if one person dedicates their life and is trolling me every day for years, I will sue them.
Yeah.
But if someone just sends me a bit of a nasty message once, I'll normally just have a bit of compassion and kind of send them a nice message back.
But
so
hate sometimes is actually a form of admiration, you know.
Maybe.
Well, if I knocked your door every single day, trying to sell you some shit, and you're like, fuck off, leave me alone, what are you doing? Eventually you're like, you know what, this guy's actually trying, and you actually admire my persistency. So
try and get your attention. The thing is that they forget they don't have to. Like if someone does a video, we've had this before as well, or someone will do a YouTube video about me, and they'll like put something, clickbait in the title where they say like Samuel Leeds exposed or something like that.
Exposed.
Yeah. And they'll get some views and stuff. But I'm thinking, you don't have to do that. If you'd have just reached out to me like you did and said, can I come around your house? And can you make me a coffee?
Yeah.
And can we just chat in your living room and do a podcast together? I'll be like, yeah, man, sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get more views than them probably, or at least your views will be the right type of views because you'll be getting views from people that are positive people that you want watching you. Yeah. If you do a negative video, Samuel Leeds exposed, and you chat shit, what's going to happen is you're going to get all these nasty, negative losers. Oh, exposed, what's this? They'll watch it, they'll subscribe to your channel. Now you've got a bunch of trolls on your channel. They will start trolling you. Yeah. And that's why all these people that do this type of stuff, and I've seen it happen so many times where these people, not just to me, but also to Grant Cardone, lots of different people, they'll say stuff and then they'll end up getting an audience, but it'll be a toxic audience, and they'll end up just closing down their entire account. You're better off to just be nice.
Yeah, because it doesn't work, and then if they are trying to do it for a bit of fame or a bit of exposure, they fuck themselves anyway. Because if let's say I tried to do that to you, I wouldn't, by the way. But we know mutual people, so it would kind of ruin my relationships there. Do you know what I mean? These people are just fucking idiots, but it is what it is. So what's the future for you? Are you a bit? Obviously, the property market is a bit like that, or is it?
Oh no, it is. It's dropping right now. Right now it's a buyer's market.
Yeah, well, you're a buyer, aren't you?
I'm a buyer. The market's going down now. Sellers are struggling because interest rates have gone up a lot. So interest rates have more than doubled, which means that now all the people that were about to buy houses are now like, oh man, I can't afford the mortgage. Yeah. So now they're having second thoughts. So what's happening is a lot of people are pulling out, and that's going to cause more properties on the market than there are buyers, which will mean the house prices will drop. So I predict house prices will drop over the next 12 months. Yeah.
I suppose that's a good thing for, like, as you say, people that are in a position that are wanting to make money out of property, right?
It's an incredibly good thing. The opportunity that will open up for creative joint venture. You can joint venture with the seller. Yeah. There's so many things why it's amazing. I did a whole YouTube video. 20 minutes, giving like bang, 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 all the things that you're going to be able to do in the next 12 months as a result of what's going to happen to the market. It's exciting. And if you look at history, most millionaires and billionaires are made in recessions.
So next time, if I have come back in a few years' time, we've gone. It's going to be 10 years, isn't it? Maybe before we really recover, 5 to 10 years, something like that.
Well, you say that. Well, no, it could be quick, bro. Here's the thing, right? I'll tell you something interesting. When the market crashed in 2008, I was buying in 2008, 2009, and everyone was saying, yeah, I was buying.
That's fucking sick, because you're younger than me, and I remember that recession, and I was barely an adult then. I was barely responsible for my own shit then. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I was very young.
Houses.
I was. Man, I was a property millionaire by age 21. I started with nothing. Yeah. Not a millionaire, a property millionaire. I was a millionaire by 25. Yeah. So property millionaire means my portfolio was $1 million, but I had a lot of debt.
Yeah. Don't you think sometimes the word millionaire comes with dickhead directly after it? When you say I was a millionaire, people think, yeah, prick. That's a bad thing, isn't it? Like, why do people have to put that label on that?
Well, being a millionaire is very easy in these days because £1 million isn't that much anymore.
It's not, is it?
No.
It really is.
If you have a house in London and you don't have a mortgage, you're probably a millionaire.
It's actually easy to get into £1 million worth of debt.
Yeah.
Really easy, isn't it?
Mate, £1 million is not much. That's why when people now describe me as a millionaire, Samuel Leeds, a millionaire, I'm actually a bit embarrassed. I'm like, no, multi-millionaire, please.
You chasing billionaire status?
It's a long way off. I mean, yeah, I'd love to be a billionaire, but I'm nowhere near a billionaire. Billionaire is literally, you got to become a millionaire 1,000. I don't think people realise. You got to become a millionaire 1,000 times.
Yeah.
1,000 million.
Just get 1,000 people to give you £1 million.
Oh, that's easy. It's hard, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard, bro.
Yeah.
So, no, I think, will I get there or not? I'm not here's the thing, right? I'm actually not chasing my net worth now. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to constantly get richer and richer and richer. And the reason for that is because, listen, I am. Mm-hmm. I do want to get richer, but I'm not pushing that as my main thing. And the reason for that is because if I was a billionaire, I'd still live in this beautiful house.
Of course, yeah.
I'd still drive my same Range Rover that massages me and has a fridge in it.
Yeah.
I'd still wear the same polo shirt that I've been wearing for however many years. My actual life wouldn't change. So what I'm more into now is I'm more into legacy.
Yeah.
And I'm more into after I die, I want them to build a statue.
Yeah.
I want to make as much impact as possible. I want more people to become financially literate across the planet because of me and my teachings than any human has ever done throughout history before. That's what I'm chasing. So I'm chasing more after like status, influence, legacy, as opposed to making money. But making money is still good, and I'll take the money. But I know it won't change my life. Yeah. So do I want to be a billionaire?
Put your stamp on the history books.
Do I want to be a billionaire?
Where's the statue going to be? Where are you going to put it?
Maybe, I don't know actually.
Why don't you actually just do it? Just buy a piece of land somewhere and just fucking put a Samuel Leeds
why not?
You know, employ someone to clean the pigeon shit off it.
You know what? In all seriousness, when I was in Uganda a couple months ago, we just built a school in Uganda, and we've partnered with the Ugandan government, and they've said that.
That's really nice.
Yeah, no, it makes great. We've partnered with the Ugandan government, and they've said that because we built the school, they're going to allow us to have a say in the curriculum, and they're going to teach finances in the curriculum in that school. So it's just huge.
That's a game changer. That.
Well, when I went to visit the school, there's 2,000 kids there.
Yeah.
Right, and I was just like, wow. And then they said to me, we're planting a tree over there. And it's going to be the Samuel Leeds tree. And I was like, damn, it's not a statue.
Yeah, is it a fruit tree? Will fruits come off?
Oh, dude, I don't actually remember.
You could call it a Samuel apple or something like that, or a Sammy apple.
I mean, I don't want to get obsessed.
Samuel apple?
It's not about me. It's about what I can do. And it's about, I'm a vessel, I'm one person, but if I can leave the world better than I found it, if I'm going to get rich and then just hide away and build a big gate outside my house and just be like, nah, it's just... Like, I'm not about that life. I'm about, I think if you're going to reach...
You've got a big gate outside your house.
But I've also got a big table to invite people in.
Yeah,
and how easy was it for you to come down to my house? Easy. Right? It's accessible. Yeah, I got a gate.
Yeah.
But I'm accessible. And, you know, I think I think that's what I'm about. I think if you're going to reach the top of the mountain, not that I'm at the top. I guess every time you think you're at the top, there's still a higher place to climb. But if you get to the top of the mountain, I think you should pull people up, because also being successful can be really lonely. And many of my friends, my school friends and stuff, are now my students, and now we work together.
Well, we've got lots of builders. Samuel's having some, what are you having, like a big media wall or something?
Dude, I don't even know. I'm having lots of work done.
Yeah, he's having some work done. So we've got some builders. So we're going to wrap it up. But before we do, if you're a member of Levelution, we're just going to film something really quick for our academy, where Samuel's going to teach you how to just an entry into property if you want to get into property. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a positive comment.
Or a negative one. We love you.
Everything's in the bio if you do want to go in the academy. It only costs you £1 to join anyway. So I'll see you there.
Respect, bro.
Thanks.
Appreciate the good interview.